Welcome to the Triangle Spotlight on WQBQ 1410, the voice of Lake County. Get ready to meet some pretty interesting people who are doing surprising things. And now, your host, Suzanne Lynn.
Welcome to Triangle Spotlight. It is a very special show that we're having today. Edward Zia from Australia is going to be joining us. And Edward, you're just an amazing marketer. I met you on LinkedIn and I can't wait to dive in. Thank you for being here.
Oh my God, Suzanne, it's so great being here. And Suzanne, I got to say, you and your viewers, if you don't mind me saying, are very attractive and brilliant.
Well, that is very perceptive, being that we're doing a radio interview. So you have magical powers.
As a proud Aussie speaking for my whole race and civilization, we love the United States and you people are just awesome.
Well, Australia is my dream trip, so I hope to make that happen sooner than later. But I want to dive in. One of the things that really impressed me when we met on LinkedIn is how you send video messages back and forth instead of sending text. And that just really builds relationships, right?
Exactly. And that's a big thing I always say about, programs like LinkedIn. Like, LinkedIn is awesome. Like, I work directly with LinkedIn and Microsoft. And ultimately, LinkedIn is really just a program that connects people, and the more you treat people like people and become friends is the better you're going to do.
How long have you been on LinkedIn?
Well, I've actually been on LinkedIn for, I think, about 10 years. I used to be on LinkedIn when I was a job seeker. But in terms of seriously, properly using LinkedIn, the way I am now in terms of becoming an influencer, probably about a year and a half, I would say. That's when I really started to take LinkedIn seriously. And then very quickly it turned me into a global influencer. It's been awesome.
Well, and you help people become master persuaders and influencers. And I'd love to know, what was that switch a year and a half ago, going as a job seeker to really building relationships?
Yeah, well, three differences. Well, number one is I did a huge update to my LinkedIn profile. So made it look good, made me look like a serious character. The second thing is I started sharing really good content every day to help educate and inspire my audience. And the third thing is exactly like the way we connected. Whenever I connect with people, instead of just saying accept, and treating people as numbers, it's like, hang on, every person who's connecting with me is a living, breathing person. Why not say hello, treat them like a person? And those three things helped me completely take off on the platform.
How important is video in marketing now?
Yeah, well, video is a very important thing, and that was proved, I think, in the 1950s, right? So, it's sort of like when TV came out. That's right, you awesome people in the United States invented television, and that's when video was proven as successful. And I'm just merely tapping into that trend 70 years later.
Because communication is so much through what you see instead of just what you hear, right?
Yeah, well, the way persuasion works, and I want to give a quick shout out to one of my wonderful mentors, Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert. I'm a huge Scott Adams fan. I'm connected to him on LinkedIn. He's a great guy, so big shout out to Scott Adams. And he talks about this. What Scott Adams talks about, and just quoting him, so I'm not just ripping the poor guy off, is it's all about persuasion stack. The more, why does a television clip persuade better than a newspaper article? Because there's more visual sensory input, there's more to see, there's more going into your senses, and it's more likely to persuade someone. So again, why does a television clip persuade more than a newspaper article? That's the reason.
Well, we're talking about marketing and print and emails. And we're all buried with emails. Where do you start to separate and know the important messages from the junk, right?
You don't need me to tell you that email marketing is nowhere near as effective as what it was a year ago. Now, that's one of the reasons why LinkedIn's taken off, because I actually don't like emailing people anymore. I'd much rather just message them through LinkedIn.
Edward, let's talk about the difference in marketing between LinkedIn and Facebook.
A lot of differences, and just lo and behold, and I got to admit my bias here. I'm a huge Microsoft, LinkedIn, Bill Gates zealot, right?
Okay.
Whereas Facebook, I certainly don't have that love and admiration for Facebook. And to me, look, LinkedIn, I'm trying not to be a complete LinkedIn fanboy when I'm saying this. I'm trying to be reasonably objective, which won't happen, so I'm too biased. But what I will say is this. Facebook is more of a business to consumer sort of social. It's a social network in defense of Facebook. It's a social network, right? It's designed for friends and family. It's designed for more local stuff. That's what Facebook is. Microsoft LinkedIn is a serious business-to-business professional corporate entrepreneur platform. But that's the thing. Look, Facebook at the end of the day, it depends what you're doing. So let's say you've got a cafe, right? You've got a cafe or a restaurant. Facebook will be great for you. Facebook's and Instagram will be great platforms for you. But if you're like a professional with a service or you're doing business to business, Facebook, I would argue, will be of limited value to you because, again, Facebook's not built for that, nor that's not the direction Facebook is taking their company.
So, I mean, there's an audience for Facebook, there's an audience for LinkedIn.
It depends. If you're in business to consumer, so let's say you run a coffee shop or a cafe or a retail outlet, or you more deal with individual customers, start playing with Facebook and see how it goes for you. However, if you're more business to business, you deal with business people, you're selling high value services or technology, start playing with LinkedIn. Just jump on with a free account, start playing with it, get a feel for it, and just the other thing you can do is jump on YouTube and just type in LinkedIn tutorials and stuff like that. You'll see heaps of great content around the world of people telling you how to use these platforms.
You bring up a good point. I think we can stay stuck in our old traditional marketing ways because we're afraid of technology.
Yeah, and I respect that. I mean, I can be a dinosaur even at the best of times, right? We all can. It's human nature to do same old, right? And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. What I do encourage though is the beauty of learning things like LinkedIn. Because again, a quick promo for LinkedIn. LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft. Microsoft are doing wonders with LinkedIn. It's an amazing platform. If you get good at LinkedIn, you can get a lot of customers without having to spend any money on advertising.
And they're coming to you.
Exactly. And that's like one of the key, well, it's sort of two sides of LinkedIn. One side is putting out content and attracting people to you. The other side of LinkedIn is, and not everyone does this, but it might suit definitely some of our listeners. The other side of LinkedIn is reaching out people and targeting people that you're after. You've got things like LinkedIn Premium, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, where you can actually reach out to people that you're targeting and that may be in your target market or niche. Or sorry, niche, you say in the United States. We say the word niche in Australia, you call it niche.
I like your way so much better. Just go with that one.
Yeah, sorry. So I got to remember. I got to switch my language to the glorious United States of America, which us Aussies all love, especially me.
So really, what you're saying, it just boils down to relationships, right?
Oh, absolutely, and again, it's one of the reasons why I'm a LinkedIn buff, and even Facebook too, or even Instagram. At the end of the day, whether you're selling $5 candles or signing up people for $5,000 a year for your accounting services, at the end of the day, people are people, and the more you treat people like people and not just a number, is the better business you're going to have.
Edward, can you talk to us about selling online?
Sure. Selling online can mean a lot of things, and it all depends what you're selling. Because again, selling $5 soy candles that are vegan and plant-based is very different to selling, let's say, yourself as a realtor or selling your high-value IRS accounting services. So it all depends what you're selling, because some purchases are very easy to do. Like if someone buys like a $5 soy candle, there's not much risk in that. If it's a crappy candle, they'll just not use you again. If someone's choosing you to sell or buy their home, that's a totally different situation. So when it comes to selling online, it's all about trust. And the more you ask, the more money you're asking is the more trust you need to build, which can extend the sales cycle time.
You know, it's hard enough to build relationships right here with our neighbors, and now we need to talk to people around the world. Is that more complicated?
Well, it's funny you say that because, and that's the thing, like, again, how technology has changed. Like, I'll give you an example. About a year and a half ago, so I'm in Sydney, Australia, right? And just a year and a half ago, I was just a local coach around Sydney, right? So I was quite well known across my city, but was just a Sydney coach, just a local guy. In under 1.5 years, I'm now a global influencer with clients all over the world, including the glorious United States, which I love, right? And what's funny about all that, it's technology that's brought us all together. But the thing that I've learned is I can get along better with someone from Florida than the person's living next to me because we share a similar ideology. We get along. We've got a similar vibration. We've got similar views on life. So to me, it's the whole globe is coming together in that it's not so much, race, religion, skin color, and all that superficial stuff. It's more people who get along from an ideological sense. And to me, that's the interesting trends we're seeing in the world. And that's what's really impacted me as well.
I keep thinking about when you made that shift a year and a half ago from just being a job seeker to really digging in and marketing. Can you talk about that more?
Well, on a funny note, when I jumped on LinkedIn and when I said, okay, I've been doing this for a while, as in coaching for a while. I said, I'm sick of just being a local guy. I want to jump on LinkedIn, and I've had a few people, good friends, really take off on LinkedIn and said, I want to give LinkedIn a shot. And what happened was, 3 months later, I got my first client from North America. And I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that. It's like, I started getting clients from the United States, from all these different countries, and I realized, hang on, my wife and I realized at the same time, we've now got a global business. And
wow.
And for example, over half my leads come from the United States now.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure once you got that momentum, things really started rolling, right?
Exactly. It's like when people see you for a while as well, and that's the beauty of, let's say, platforms like LinkedIn and the modern world is, and I'll just talk United States here, like it doesn't matter where you are in the United States. At the end of the day, when people make hiring choices, people aren't so much thinking, do you live nearby anymore? They're thinking, can I trust you? Do we get along? Are you the right person to help me do what I'm trying to do?
So a lot of us have a hard time defining exactly what it is we do. What is your elevator speech?
Oh, I just simply say to people, I just help people become popular so clients come to you.
That is the best elevator speech I've ever heard. I love that.
Yeah, and that comes back to it because, can I just be completely honest with you and the audience?
Please
no one
do.
minds that, right? Yeah. Now, I know I probably shouldn't say this because I'm gonna look a bit silly. But what happened to me was I've been in business for a while, and I was actually getting sick of my business. Right, to be honest with you, I was like, I'm just bored. I'm fed up. I'm just literally just grinding away day in and day out. I think you guys have. Do you have the expression Hail Mary?
Yeah, we do. That's like a last-ditch effort.
LinkedIn was my Hail Mary. So, because I was carving out a living, but I wasn't thriving the way I am now. And LinkedIn was my Hail Mary. That was really my Hail Mary. That's when I said, no, this is my big last-ditch effort. I'm either gonna go out or go out with a bang, right? Whatever. And within a month, everything just turned around. And the beauty is that LinkedIn gave me that global platform to achieve what I've always wanted to achieve, and Facebook never gave me that platform. So a lot of my resentment to Facebook came from I could never pull off what I wanted to do on Facebook. And that's actually not Facebook's fault, that's my fault, because what I'm doing is not quite suited to Facebook, but what I'm doing is very well suited to the LinkedIn universe.
So go ahead and give us some tips for creating great content for LinkedIn.
Yeah, well, the idea is, this is what I always say to people, the best content is what helps educate and inspire your audience from your own viewpoint. That is the best form of content, okay? So, for example, I do marketing, sales, persuasion, influence. Even though I'm a fit guy, I'm not a PT. I would never ever jump on LinkedIn and give people fitness or personal training advice. So people follow you for that reason, and then, if they then need your services, they'll definitely consider you as one of the top people because you're already in their head and they already like you.
So it's really about being just top of mind awareness with people, right?
And that's the exact point of being an influencer. So what happens is that when you're an influencer, a lot of things happen. It takes a while to get there, but once you're there, a lot of people will approach you for different reasons. You'll get people that just think they'll just see you once and turn around and just engage you, right? Then some people will follow you for months or even years, or someone will tell someone about you, then that person will instantly check you out and then just hire you.
Well, I think the traffic is telling us, hey, wrap this thing up. So anyway, how can we get a hold of you?
Please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and just mention this awesome interview so I know who you are. Or they can even connect with me directly on LinkedIn. I can talk to them. So all good. Run live webinars, got online courses, heaps of cool stuff to help people win big.
Edward, I'm so honored that you would take time to talk to me today. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, Suzanne. Thank you, everyone. God bless the United States of America from Australia.
Thanks for joining Suzanne Lynn for the Triangle Spotlight every Monday here on WQBQ 1410, the voice of Lake County. If you want to be featured on the show or have a business you want spotlighted, just email Suzanne at suzanne.lynn@trianglemedia.biz or call 352-508-5442. That's 352-508-5442. God bless you this week.